Bright suns and rising moons, fellow droids. Welcome to a special episode of Not the Droids podcast. I'm Mayuri,
And I'm Danny. And
and
today,
to
Young Jedi.
season three, the final season.
Which is so sad.
I'm glad that we got to wrap up all the
We had
storylines and stuff.
closure. We had closure.
And it didn't just cancel, like they didn't just say, actually, we're not going to release anything.
Yeah, we
And
got
it,
7 episodes and we're gonna cover them all in one episode. All here. We're not
yeah.
gonna go like deep dive into like any specific episode. We are gonna talk about them as a whole. Oh, what did you think?
I did not like most of it. And I know you loved it. I will say, I really enjoyed that this set of episodes this season was droid heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's something we really truly lacked in the other two seasons, especially with how like we got droids, but like they weren't a focal point of the show. And I feel like
Yes.
they were very much a focal point of the show. And
Mhm.
I can't tell if it's because they had to make up a reason for us to meet what's his name? Rex? I already forgot. I watched all these episodes literally today.
Wreck.
That
R-E-K.
Wreck.
I'm like, so I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm very sad it's the last season. If this was not the final season, I would have had a lot more commentary on it because I'd be like, well, we can't do that. Part of the droid thing is I think they wanted us to see our kids each get their own droid.
Yes. I do like that. I did like that.
Because I don't know
That
that we
we
necessarily needed new villains if we were only getting 7 episodes.
that's where I'm just like the introduction of Wreck was really interesting, especially since like we had villains, right? Like
I was really waiting for Rec to be like revealed to be like Cyrus's younger brother.
that would have been hilarious.
That's what I was waiting for is that they see him and he's like, "Why are you
Or like a
here?"
cousin or something.
Mhm.
Um, I was quite disappointed that we didn't get any Tabor until episode five.
I was getting nervous that we weren't going.
We're gonna get him at all. I was like, where is Tabor? He's like the next unofficial character of the show.
Yes. And with how the trailers were, I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know that we're gonna get our closure,
With
but
Tabor and Kai. I mean, so I will say it was enjoy. I all the characters were aged up. I
Mhm.
feel like they aged Cyrus up a lot more than the other
But we
characters.
already felt that Cyrus was older than
Was
them.
older, right? So that makes sense. Um, I of course love that we did not get Wes for more than one episode. And the episode that we did get him in was a Nubs focused episode, which I really enjoyed.
Yes. Um, we got to go back to Batu, which I
Yeah.
enjoyed. So there will be pictures coming in the future. I already have all the screen grabs for when I go down to Batu again. So we will have
Yeah.
updated Batu photos.
I'll say like the episodes had interesting moments, but the actual storylines of each full episode
You
I
could
didn't love.
tell that
They were grasping.
it it feels like Star Wars Celebration, they announced we were getting a new season. And then they had formally announced it, and I feel like they almost backtracked and are like, we're actually going to cancel it, but we can't not do something because we formally straight up said it's coming. So they're like, we're going to give you 7 episodes. Honestly, had they just done like a Young Jedi
One
Adventures
movies.
movie wrap up
Yeah,
or
would have been great.
like a long more of a long form or like 2 episodes that were an hour each type of situation, I
I
would
feel
have been
like that
fine
would have
with
been
that.
ideal.
But this, there was like a lot of jumping and trying to wrap up every storyline. We also didn't get to see some of our other favorite characters.
I also think that we got a lot of random stories for no reason, right? Like the animal story where someone was taking them over. What was the point of that? Was it just to see Belle again? Um,
I I feel like they were trying to get Belle and Wesson because they are the ones that they I feel like the Liz becoming the Master's Padawan was a cop out.
well, Celeste. No,
No, it was Celeste.
it was Celeste.
Okay. Because in my head, I was kind of
Well,
like,
because Belle, Celeste, and Wes are Padawans in this show. So the flash forward to the future, they're now Jedi, and our young Jedi are Padawans for them. It was definitely Celeste. That's where I was just
okay.
like, they were just trying to bring Belle and Celeste into an episode so that there was a connection.
Yes.
And it made sense flash forward.
Celeste's apprentice. But like, it was such a like,
Like I said, it felt very forceful
it
and
felt
not.
forced where I felt like with the boys,
I
we
know.
kind of had more, we're like, oh no, we saw that coming.
So I will also say the lesson in that episode was really amusing to me of how like she was just like all about taking videos and photos, and it was a lesson on how not to do that and to like live in the moment. And I was just like, what an odd.
It's definitely a commentary on the day and age we live in, but it was
Yes.
the fact that the future Jedi who was going to take Liz under her wing, Liz was teaching her the lesson. So
Yeah,
it
it was an
felt backwards.
interesting. I feel like they should have done like because we all know that Liz has done that before. So like I feel like if Liz was the one who was obsessed with taking videos and photos, that
Hmm.
would have made sense. And it could have shown Celeste teaching her something.
Yeah, and I think that's why I was just like, that just feels weird.
The
Because
whole
Celeste
episode,
was,
and I guess that's where I'm just like all of the episodes felt less. And we love Young Jedi. It is what it is. It's a children's show. There's lessons. There's this and that. It just felt like the introduction of Rek, who had no friends. It didn't feel in the style of the Young Jedi to not try and befriend him.
yeah.
And I don't know.
There was like so there was the one episode with Cyrus where he mentions Port and EB3, who we never see.
Yeah, he said he couldn't contact them. Also, like, that's what do you mean we didn't get Port and
What do you
EB3?
mean he still can't contact them and you didn't solve a problem you gave us?
Like, they just didn't respond. What are the pirates doing on freaking
Like this whole planet was taken over, like this whole trading base is taken over by pirates, and y'all were like, we're not gonna mention it. We did not have any update from Princess Anaya, which we were both hoping for.
oh my God. Like honestly, I was hoping that like her and Cyrus had become friends, like actual
Yeah.
friends. I just like think that they introduced a villain that didn't make sense, especially if this kid is in such a big ship flying around to different planets, stealing stuff. You're telling me that none of the pirates had a problem with it? Miss Salak, where does she go?
Mhm.
Like, excuse me? So that's where I was just like, I thought it would be really funny to like just like if they had casually run into some of the pirates,
Yeah.
right? Like we don't run into any of the pirates. We never got closure with Black Bolt, right? Um
Yeah, Black Bolt's out there terrorizing the universe. Nash is more concerned about a birthday present.
okay, the Nash representation in these episodes is how I feel about the Cyrus representation, which was it was cute, but like why? Like I wish you did more.
Yeah, and I
I
think part
wish
of it
you
is like
did
they
more.
couldn't ignore Nash.
They tried really hard.
Yeah, they did.
Like, and even the lesson that Nash learned was very not in keeping with Nash's character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like, I'll agree that it was great to see all the droids. It was great to see some of our friends. It
But
was
we could have
great.
had, but the thing is, we could have gotten the droids without Wreck. They like Wreck is not the reason we got the droids. Like that
Or
we've
we
seen
could
them
have
in the droid
gotten,
factory. We've seen them like find friends and find other random
or
droids.
if they wanted to kind of introduce Rec as like a kid that Cyrus could mentor.
Yeah.
Because also, by the way, what happened to all of the new Jedi that we got in season two? We saw a snippet of them at the end, but they were nowhere to be found during the
Yep.
season. We never were in the temple. And so it was very much like if they had introduced Rec as the first villain so that we could get the droids.
Yep.
And maybe they're just like, he's just like, I just need friends. And they could be like, well, we'll be friends with you.
We
And
could
we'll
have also
actually,
rescued these droids from Salak.
so listen, I like the addition of Rek as a
Yeah.
possible mentee for Tabor, right?
Yes,
Because
just not in
Tabor,
7 episodes.
not in 7 episodes, right? Like Tabor, they could have been like, let's introduce you to Dottie, who
Yeah.
loves droids. And like we know people that have the same interests, or like where are your parents, or like hey, we know someone who like was like you, or maybe they reach out to Cyrus and be like, Cyrus, like we met this kid and we think that like you should talk to him. But like the fact that the Cyrus High situation didn't show up till episode 5, I am disappointed in. I honestly think it Tabor should have been in way more of the episodes.
Yeah.
Way
Like
more.
Rec was in 5 out of 7 episodes.
For what?
So I think like knowing that this was the end, I would have rather them focus on like the characters we already knew and that we could
Mm-hmm.
have had some like full. I do appreciate that they did the future epilogue.
Oh yes. The
Um,
epilogue was great. I actually really do
Will
love
you
that.
see me at Star Wars Celebration 2027 dressed as Liz? This is a high probability.
Yeah,
There's a very
I
high
know you will
probability
be.
that I am going to create a Liz cosplay.
But I think that's great. I like that they did Future Nash as well.
Yes.
I wish that if they couldn't do Princess Amaya anywhere else, I wish they did that there. And I think it would be really funny if it like her and Cyrus
Yes.
were like together.
It would have been a great little.
Right? Like, oh, they're all going to the Cyrus wedding.
I
Because
think
he's a
wedding
prince
is too
and
far
she's a
in the future, but
princess.
like having like
No, but I think
a
it's like
festival
10
they've done
years.
enough like where they would interact with each other where it just may like it would make sense. Do I want the young Padawan adventures? Yes, I do. Do I think I'm gonna
I
get it? Highly
We're
unlikely.
not gonna get it. I wonder if they'll focus on like one of them. Like,
I and here's where we get into things we have not touched base because we have not dove into the books. Belle is part of the High Republic series.
yeah.
There is a lot of want and hope for High Republic content.
I wonder if they'll follow Belle and Kai.
If we get some of Belle that has pieces of Kai, but not Kai focused,
Yeah.
in that we might get glimpses of some of our characters through the High Republic series because they would be out and about. I don't know if that's actually
Yeah.
going to happen with this ending. Right now, we don't have an active
No,
animated,
it's pretty much done.
but we have other animated Star. We have a lot coming in 2027 and even
Yeah.
2026. We've got
And
movies, we got
also
shows, we got the Darth Maul show coming. Like, there's a lot happening.
we also have to be cognizant of the fact that like we're not talking about it, but like there's no new content coming up, partially, I think, because of the writer strike, right? Like there's a gap in content.
Uh, I think Star Wars takes their time with stuff, which is something I've always appreciated. And so we have, let's see,
I was like, what's coming up?
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Um, we have the animated Darth Maul series coming out.
That's the one.
Starfighter, I believe, is 2027.
I don't know if this is true, but is there a Rey like new Jedi Order film coming out next year?
So right now it says it was expected late 2026. We have had no updates. I don't think we will get
Okay.
it till at least 2027. We are getting Ahsoka season 2. And so we're guessing probably like a September release for that.
Yes.
We have Maul Shadow Lord animated show. Star Wars Visions, The Ninth Jedi, which I'm very excited for. If you guys haven't watched Star Wars Visions, I think people
I
really
haven't
need
watched
to.
it yet.
Um, it is amazing, and I think you would really like it. And even though it is considered non-canon, we may at some point try to cover it because they're so good and the animation styles are so different episode to episode because they're all like individual stories. Visions isn't like a through line. They're so well done, and the Ninth Jedi is a big one, and I love that character, and I also want to cosplay her. Um, but I think watching Visions is worthwhile for those that haven't seen it yet, especially knowing that um we are getting more things from them. We have a
Yeah.
lot of video game content. So we have a lot of Star Wars content coming in 2026 and 2027 that we know of so far. I think we'll have more announcements for 2027 releases. So, and especially with 2027 is a big anniversary
Oh
year.
yeah. Star Wars Celebration.
We have Celebration, we have a huge anniversary, we have movies coming back to theaters, we have a lot going on. We just hit we just hit 10 years for The Force Awakens. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot going on in the Star Wars universe. It does make me sad that there's not a children's show out there because a lot of the stuff coming out is not aimed at kids.
No, I think like I honestly truly think that it didn't do as well as they hoped.
I still don't think that's the case because I know a lot of kids that loved it. And I stood in those lines with those children that were cheering for Nubs. I wonder if they'll keep so on YouTube on Star Wars
Oh
Kids
yeah, they
YouTube.
do the little short episodes of
They have
Nubs,
Nubs
right?
has his own like short series, and I have a feeling that might st
Continue.
continue, and maybe we'll see our friends pop into those. But I will be very sad if they end the shorts because that's great content. With that, we are done with the Young Jedi Adventures. But I'm really excited to cosplay Liz at some point.
I'm excited to see how you deal with the purple.
Ugh, I'm already like thinking through that one. 'Cause it's purple and blue. Like it's
Yeah.
not just the purple. You gotta know your stuff to figure that one out.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm starting with the wig to figure out that one first because there's a lot of going on there.
pool noodles and batting and lots of glue.
So we'll see what happens there. This episode will be the last one released in 2025 for us.
For us.
For
Yes.
us. So we're gonna pick up with the Clone Wars in January to celebrate the holidays and enjoy our families. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whichever holidays you celebrate. We hope you're having fun and enjoying them. And we really appreciate everyone tuning in and listening to us and our random conversations about Star Wars. What Star Wars things are you most excited for the next year?
The Mandalorian movie. I'm very excited. I love Mandalorian. Though I am enjoying Clone Wars. My favorite droid has been updated. It is
Oh,
now a battle droid because I just find them so incredibly dumb and amusing. It's hilarious. They are the comic relief of Clone Wars.
okay. So this is a good point because we're at the end of the year. So it's not the end of the season for us. So battle droids are your favorite. Out of the like characters we have met, who would you put at your top of your list that
The
you love
top
a
of
lot?
my list, character
Or ones
wise,
that like stick out like out of all the series we've done in the last year. So that does not include Skeleton Crew because that was last December.
I was like, what did we do in the last year? Let me,
Let's get our list.
I want to say Andor. Um, Andor,
Andor was
Cassian
lovely.
Andor is was such a surprise. That show was so good.
Season two just knocked it out of the park. Probably some of the best stuff we've seen in quite some
It's
time.
wild to me that I tried to watch it and I didn't like it, and then I watched it again and I was like obsessed. Like the show is so good.
One of my favorite things about you is you'll be like, Die Hard, like, no, I don't like it. Not my thing. I'm not gonna enjoy it. I'm never gonna listen to Wicked, and then it becomes your life. And that's,
So part of that is that like I just like don't have the brain capacity for a new fixation. And sometimes I know. Cause like
yeah.
with Wicked, I honestly truly didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did because I'm not a musical person,
Oh, I just
surprisingly.
like I just appreciate that like when you go in, you go all in. I'm like the type of person that if you try to pressure me to watch something, I dig my heels in.
How long did it take me to watch K-pop Demon Hunters this year? It was
Yeah.
because all anybody told me to do was watch
Watch
K-pop Demon
K-pop Demon
Hunters.
Hunters.
And so I just didn't. And then ironically, I love it
Yeah.
so much. And so it's just kind of like I'm the same way a little bit. The more you tell me I will like something, the harder it is for me to do it.
My biggest one for that was Doctor Who. Is everyone
I
was
still
pushing.
haven't watched Doctor Who.
Well, and everyone's like, but it's your personality. Like this is your type of show. And every time people say that, I'm like, I don't want to watch it." And then I gave in and I was like, "Oh, crap.
Yeah. I will never give in on Stranger Things because I don't like scary
You don't
things.
like scary." I'm not gonna force you on that one.
But no, I will say as much as I loved I do truly like the Clone Wars now. Andor as a character is just so good.
So good.
But yeah, yours?
Uh, I can never get. I really loved the Andor series, but I can never give up Ahsoka.
I was gonna say you're very established in your
I'm very
Ahsoka and
established in my
Chopper love.
Ahsoka, and it hasn't come up yet, but I'm also very established. I am a huge Rey stan.
I know you
We
are.
haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, I posted my cosplay earlier this week, and my cosplay is like almost screen accurate.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I mean, Force Awakens the new is what actually got me back into like reconsidering Star Wars. Because I think we've talked about it. Like
yeah, we've
when it
mentioned
first
it.
came out, like I wasn't like really into it. But when Force Awakens came out, we'll
There's
credit that movie with getting me interested.
I was like, what are we gonna watch this year and cover? And it's literally the Clone Wars.
I'm so glad that Mandalorian is coming out because it gives us a break.
We're we're probably gonna take another break because of Ahsoka season two.
Yeah, whenever they decide. But I also have never seen Ahsoka season one. So
Yes.
it'll be my first time watching that. And I'm glad that we've gotten into the Clone Wars because I have so much more context
You have
for
a
her.
basis for who she is, yes. And I
Um,
almost like hate that we won't be watching Rebels before Ahsoka, but I think that's too much to do.
yeah, well,
Um,
'cause- yeah, no,
so once we get to Rebels, I think we will do a
there's so
season
many episodes.
overview of Ahsoka because I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ahsoka's always been a big one for me. Rey's one of my big characters, but we haven't hit her yet. Other things I'm excited for, the Smuggler's Run update coming to the parks. It's going to be a huge update. There's going to be a lot going on there. So I'm very excited for that. I'm hoping that I get to do some lightsaber meetups this year, and I really hope we get into our saber spinning this year.
I hope we get to our saber spinning this year because we've talked about it for so long. And I feel like
It's
it is
time.
the year to get into it.
It's time.
Um,
We need to start our saber spinning. We need to know how to spin a saber before Star Wars Celebration
that's why
2027.
I'm like, we have the whole year to
Mhm.
really do that so
So,
that we can get into it.
so we're gonna start digging
Um,
into that. And we both have a lot of Star Wars Lego sets that we are going to be sharing some content on.
I did buy the Battle Droid set.
Nice. I will be getting the BB-8 set because I never got the initial run. And as you can see, my three friends here have joined this shelf. Chopper will be made soon. So this whole shelf is just going to be droids.
That's awesome.
They need lights though. We're going to work on that. The office should be fully put together by the time we get to January. They won't be
I was
put
gonna say
together
I
as much.
might rearrange my shelves. It's my eternal project.
So yeah, this is the plan is that in January all this will be in a much better situation.
Yeah.
But until that point, happy holidays, happy new year, and we're not the droids you're looking for.
But we're the droids you're gonna get.